Beneficiary designations may seem like a simple way to ensure your assets go to the right people, but they can sometimes create more problems than they solve. Relying solely on these designations could lead your loved ones to unintended consequences, disputes, or even legal battles. In this video, I'll cover why beneficiary designations alone may not protect your loved ones the way you expect, and share a few strategic steps that can make a big difference in ensuring your wishes are fulfilled. Let's dive in. When we need to pass on property to heirs or even charities, there are typically three primary methods: a will, a trust, and beneficiary designations. Many choose beneficiary designations because they are quick and bypass probate. Assets like annuities, bank accounts, investment and retirement accounts, and life insurance allow you to directly name a beneficiary, and in some states, even real estate can be transferred this way. This approach offers simplicity. You retain control over the assets during your life, can change beneficiaries as needed, and upon your death, the assets pass directly to those named, avoiding probate. This saves time, hassle, and potentially probate costs for your loved ones. Additionally, naming a beneficiary doesn't trigger gift taxes, since it's considered an incomplete transfer until your passing. With these benefits, beneficiary designations may seem like the obvious choice. But without careful planning, these designations can unintentionally disrupt your estate plan. Let's take a look at some common pitfalls to watch out for. Beneficiary designations, like joint accounts, supersede your will. This means that even if your will names different heirs, the assets will go directly to the beneficiaries listed on these accounts. If there is a conflict between the two, the will cannot override the beneficiary designations to protect your intended wishes. Next, beneficiary designations can also expose your spouse to unforeseen risks. When a spouse inherits assets directly, they may be left vulnerable, especially during a time of grief. This unfortunate reality can make them an easy target for unscrupulous individuals or even pushy family members, opening the door for potential exploitation. Complications can arise if a spouse or beneficiary is disabled, as those funds might come under court control. And if both you and your primary beneficiary pass at the same time, those assets could still end up in probate, where the court must determine who will receive them, exactly what you were trying to avoid. Another challenge to consider is the possibility of disinheritance. If your surviving spouse remarries, there is no guarantee that the assets will eventually pass to your children. Even with good intentions, those funds could go to a new spouse or other beneficiaries, leaving your kids out. Additionally, unhappy heirs may challenge beneficiary designations, claiming undue influence or lack of capacity. Aside from family-related concerns, creditors can also become a threat to assets left outright to beneficiaries. This is because any asset left outright can be attacked by creditors. For example, if you name your son as the beneficiary of your $300,000 bank account and he inherits it after your passing, any outstanding debts he has could allow creditors to claim those funds as soon as they are in his possession. Some people designate their estate as the beneficiary, but this approach has significant downsides. It brings those assets into your probate estate, exposing them to creditor claims and adding unnecessary probate costs. Naming a primary beneficiary without a contingent can create unforeseen issues. If your primary beneficiary passes away before you, your assets could end up in probate. For instance, if you designate two of your children as equal primary beneficiaries of your brokerage account and one of them passes away with you in an accident, that child's share may go through probate if no contingent beneficiary is listed. Often, parents designate each child as a beneficiary of a certain asset but forget to account for asset growth. For instance, let's say you have 3 children. You designate one child as the beneficiary of a $100,000 brokerage account, another as the beneficiary of a $100,000 life insurance policy, and the third to inherit a $100,000 house. 15 years later, when you pass away, the house has appreciated to $200,000, the brokerage account has grown to $300,000, while life insurance policy remains at its original $100,000 benefit. This imbalance can easily lead to family tensions and potential conflicts. Perhaps the most common pitfall is not updating beneficiaries after a major life event. Divorce, marriage, or a falling out can leave your assets in the hands of an unintended person. A recent case, Procter & Gamble versus estate of Jeffrey Rollison, illustrates this perfectly. The decedent had named an ex-girlfriend as his 401k beneficiary. In 1989, their relationship ended, but despite the breakup, in 2015 she still received his $754,000 account because he never updated the beneficiary designation. Therefore, it's crucial to regularly review your designated beneficiaries, as courts will nearly always honor a valid beneficiary designation, even if it appears that the decedent might have intended a different outcome while alive. As you can see, leaving property outright to your beneficiaries, even to your spouse, can be a significant misstep that puts your legacy at risk. So what's the alternative? For more flexibility and control, setting up a trust is one of the most effective solutions. A trust lets you distribute your assets to the people you choose, exactly how and when you want. It can protect your assets from creditors and even from division in a future divorce. Furthermore, by providing instructions for your beneficiaries on how and when they can access the assets, you can ensure that your legacy is preserved and used wisely, potentially benefiting future generations. Among the trusts you can consider is a testamentary trust, which can help if you're leaving assets to a minor, someone on government benefits, or a spouse with children from a previous marriage. It allows for structured distributions, protecting against potential issues down the line. Blended families require thoughtful planning to balance everyone's needs. A lifetime trust can provide for your spouse's well-being and later ensure that remaining assets pass to your children from a previous marriage. If you are married, a spousal lifetime access trust can provide for your spouse while keeping assets out of your taxable estate. This option offers both flexibility and tax efficiency, especially for high net worth families. If you have a large life insurance policy, consider placing it in an irrevocable life insurance trust. It protects the death benefit from estate taxes and directs how the proceeds will be used. In the end, beneficiary designations can be powerful tools when used wisely. But remember, they are only one piece of a bigger estate planning puzzle. By understanding the benefits, being aware of the pitfalls, and considering alternatives like trusts and charitable giving options, you can better protect your legacy and provide for your loved ones. I recommend reviewing your beneficiary designations and entire estate plan at least every couple of years. Life changes, tax law updates, and shifting financial goals all make these reviews essential. So don't let this be a set it and forget it process. Stay proactive and keep your legacy in your hands. That's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on protecting your legacy. And if you are looking for guidance on securing your wealth and leaving a lasting legacy, feel free to schedule a complimentary estate clarity meeting below or visit us at www.lestna.com. Thanks for watching.